Welcome, adventurers. I got to figure out what happened there. Bill is looking the other way. My
I'm
wife
feeding
knocked over
Squishy a
something
silkworm.
in the other part of the house and scared the ever-living daylights out of me just before I was about to start. And I don't know what happened. So there you go. It is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Daylight Savings Time. I really hate daylight savings because the day ends so late and I have to get up so early. It feels like, and so I'm going to keep complaining about it until the end of time, or until the end of daylight savings time. Um, let's see. Welcome, adventurers. This is the Reptile Show reporter. If I didn't forget what I'm doing tonight, it's been a long, long night. We're playing musical cars at the house because things keep happening, and I had to drive my daughter to work this morning and do my day of work and come back and pick her up. So, anyways, I'm your guide, Sean McZoo, and this is the Reptile Show reporter. As usual, Bill Strand, the headmaster of the Chameleon Academy, is my co-host. He's also known as the Scat Master, and by other news, the Poop. What do we call you? The Poop, not Poop King. It was
I don't
Scooper.
know.
I know that's not right.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna keep chatting until you tell me to be quiet. All right. Tonight we're discussing whatever the heck we come up with tonight because we never get to stay on target. Last week we stayed on target so long that it was like
It was strange.
unbelievable. And I don't know if Chris Green shows up, we could talk about the Legacy Aquarium, but I haven't had an opportunity to be there. But anyways, we need to start the video. Let's dance. We should make that twice as long so we could just dance, or maybe 5 times as long so we could just dance through the whole video and then no one would know what's going on. All right, who's in the comments today? Holy mackerel, Renee's here.
Renee's here.
All right, and we got her picture, right? Yes. So let's go. Let's start with that. Renee, Mikey, Ben, James Cross. Let's go and start. There's Renee.
Yeah.
Earful of mask there, but is Marcia here yet? There's
Yes.
Marcia and Renee.
He's here.
All right. And the infamous James Cross, based on the Three Amigos, where infamous was more than famous.
Yes.
I think they figured out that the infamous old Waffle was not more than famous. He was bad. But still, there's James Cross. It doesn't matter. You would have to be a person from the 70s and 80s that when you grew up to figure that stuff out. Who else was here? Mikey Ben. I haven't actually put Mikey Ben and the Canadians back in this picture thing. I don't know why, but we won't today. Anyone else, Bill?
The
scatologist. That's what it, Scat Master.
Oh boy.
Poop purveyor. It's something with the poop. Poop master. Poop purveyor. What the heck was it? I don't know.
Who the frick knows? Well, James is accusing me. You got your bed head going. I know you just got up for a nap. Now, I have,
that's a really impressive bedhead. If that's bedhead, Bill, that's really impressive.
Well, it kind of
usually
is.
People just have a little bit off or a little other, not like the whole thing, kind of like a unique kind of thing.
The thing is, I was kind of doing a nap design session, and that's where I'm on bed and I'm just on one hand designing a bookmark. I'm going to have a bookmark for the book signing. And so that's the way I take naps.
So you know what we need to do, Bill? Announcements. What's going on in your world? Anything happening? Any books getting written or what have you?
Well, okay. So
Nothing
those of you who were here
about, Bill.
On Tuesday, you know that I was I got my first of 3 author samples from 3 publishers. So I've got one of them. And so I'm waiting for the other two so I can make a decision as to who to go with. But it's quite a nice book. Although most of the people here were here on Tuesday, and I read passages from this book. So that's my that's my announcement. This Saturday on the Chameleon Academy, the Saturday Chameleon Network. What?
I'm disturbed by this comment that you're gifted with perfect hair all the time. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you know what? But anyway. This Saturday, I'm going to be announcing a project that James and I have been working on. Jay, I keep denying that I know anything about this, but we're going to announce it on Saturday. And
so you don't know what's going to happen. You're going to announce just something on Saturday. Okay.
I'm going to announce things. And we're going to have an update as to what's going on in Madagascar and getting rid of the Desmodium plant.
All right.
It's going to be a Hoppin' Saturday workshop.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow. So the announcements for me, there aren't any. I'm a little tired because we're playing musical cars here. It just seems like every time my middle kid drives one of my vehicles, the check engine light comes on. So I don't know. And her idea is that we should paint over the place where it shows up so that we don't see it. But, that's what happens when you get someone her age thinking about that kind of stuff and not knowing. But, of course, check engine light was a lot more serious back when we were younger, Bill. It was always red and something was happening and something was bad, or you didn't even have one because they didn't have them yet.
That's right. You just took a hammer to the light and that fixed it.
Or pulled the fuse. That would be easier, but still. All right.
So, and by the way, I have been feeding silkworms to the babies, and Squishy is trying to figure out if he wants to get this other one. It's a little bit big, but I kind of push them, because once they start taking this larger food and they get brave enough to attack the food, and I know they can handle it, well, then the growth just accelerates. So
you're saying when they eat more, they get bigger?
That's what I'm saying. And when they eat bigger things, they get bigger. When they sit there and they eat
more of the smaller stuff, do they get bigger?
Okay, so I can't explain this, Sean, but I am going to say that if I have a feeder cup with fruit flies just swarming, and they sit there and they eat fruit flies all day, that one doesn't get as big as the one that I push to get bigger and bigger crickets. So,
but the fruit fly, those are so tiny, Bill, that you can't. There's really nothing in there. I think you would have to centrifuge all these things down to the amount of food in there and see if actually the food is the same quantity.
Sean, I'm the idea guy. I'm going to leave it to you doctors to actually prove it all out.
That was the idea.
I've done my job.
The idea is the whole plan. That's the idea.
So now that I hand it off to you,
you're wrong, Bill, because you're not feeding it enough. That's what I'm telling you. That the feeding is not. That feeding it a bunch of fruit flies is like eating.
Okay, fine. And 1 week crickets.
And hoping to grow really big.
And 1 week crickets. Fine. My babies, they always have fruit flies and 1 week crickets around and available to them. Now, I don't force them to eat one over the other. And so if I've got some that love fruit flies and won't touch the crickets, I can't do anything about that. I mean, yeah, I could, but I don't want to. So anyway, I just push them to eat bigger and bigger food, and they grow faster and bigger and bigger. So
the chat's a lot more interesting, Bill, than what's going on. So
they're talking, I'm just
going to keep updating the chat.
You know what? I am offering tribal knowledge here.
Yes, I understand that, Bill, but the tribe isn't looking for knowledge. All these tribal knowledge. They're looking for other things. They're looking for scrap pictures and poopology and
anyway,
all these
buy
other
my
things.
book of tribal knowledge.
Hey, here's a great piece. This is tribal knowledge. Marcia Ann is telling James that's why God came up with hats, because of the follically challenged. I've always said a person grew out of their hair, like they grew past their hair. So, that happens to some people in my family, but There we go. We could just go with the chat. We'll just keep putting the chat on and talking about it and, go to the nth degree. I am hearing great things about the Legacy Aquarium, though. There's a lot of traffic there. It's opened on Monday for the general public, and it's open now 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. I guess it's every day. I guess that's what I did. I don't remember the Reptarium being open every day, but maybe it was. I thought it was closed Sunday or Wednesday or something like that. But we'll have to wait till True Turtle Tom comes on because he's a somewhat know-it-all. So there we go, and we'll have to let him talk to us about it. But anyway,
every group needs a know-it-all.
Yes, just like every party needs a pooper, and that's you, Bill. I'm a little tired, and it's showing. Wait a minute. Right. This is news.
Renee cleaned out under the recliner and pulled out one of the beanies.
We're going to lose all of our regular people now.
I don't know. It seems like they're all having a real good talk about beanies and hair. All right.
Yes, I have talked to him. He was supposed to be on last week. He had to work longer than expected because of the beautiful weather. I think he's doing some landscaping type work. And yeah, I saw that. I actually saw his stuff, and I invited him on. He was coming on, and then he said he was going to be late. And Tom said he was going to be late. Tom ended up showing up, but he did not. So I haven't heard anything from him since. He said he was sorry he couldn't make it, and I haven't anything. But yeah, it was very beautiful pictures. And he said the pictures don't do it justice. So I got to get up there. It's 3 hours away, so I got to find a time, and I got to find a vehicle that won't break down on my way there. It's crazy, Bill. These cars keep dropping like flies. I put them back together, and maybe I shouldn't fix them with duct tape and super glue.
It works for me.
At least I'm not putting scat on them or something. You know what I'm saying? All right. Late to the party. All right, we're gonna give Mossy Incarnation the props anyways, because this is one of those days. Welcome, Annette.
This is another one of those days.
They're all days like this, except for the ones where we do actually do some stuff and have guests. And last week we did well, Bill. We had.
What
guests.
do you mean we? I tried to get in your way all along the way. You tried to
derail me 100 miles an hour. You're like a train. You're like a large.
Yes, but somehow you were able to keep
tracks. It was going to derail my train, and I just kept going over it, Bill.
Yeah, and I got to do better.
Yeah,
you were able to stay on topic, and so that means I'm not doing my job.
Yes, I know. So I might have to look for another co-host.
I promise everybody I'll do better.
Otherwise, I'd have to look for another co-host who won't mind that I look like Madame Blueberry on this. I do not know why this is happening. It must be this camera. I actually used another camera on this computer, and I look like Madame Blueberry as well. So I don't know what's going on with this computer, but the death of my computer is still something I'm mourning.
What's the common element between all of those?
What?
You.
No, the common element is my middle kid who killed my computer and killed all my vehicles. That's how I see it. So,
Wow. Okay. All right. So, okay. We got news from Marcia. May as well take a news item.
All right. We got it. This just in, Bill.
We put our project to give the chameleons a new room into motion today. This is a worthy project. I signed an offer acceptance letter to have a tree removed. Whew.
Wait a minute. We're supposed to be planting trees and not removing them. What's going on there, Bill?
Yeah, just build it all around the tree.
And then the chameleons can hang on the tree. It depends what kind of tree it is.
50-foot room.
What kind of tree is it?
What? You see me wrong.
As long
I,
as James is having a good time, that's the goal of this entire show.
well, let me
Oh,
just
she
say
planted 6 trees. So there you
that
go.
there's an off chance that Mr. Cross may be doing some traveling. And if he comes anywhere within the driving radius of me, he's going to be taking on a coffee crawl.
A coffee crawl? What's that mean?
Okay, let me explain. James, I hope I'm not saying anything
Hey, wait a minute. We have a
confidential
new
here.
person. Alamo 90. Have we ever had this person on the show before?
He comes on Tuesdays.
It's not Tuesday, Bill. It's Wednesday.
I know. So he's
Welcome.
expanding. Okay. Alamo
Welcome, Alamo.
90.
Send me a picture so I can show you.
You
We
just,
tend to show people's pictures here. All
yeah.
right.
And you got to just forgive. This show has absolutely no structure. Well, Sean tries to make it have structure.
I try my best to have the story.
I am the agent of
a
chaos.
script. I've got guests. I've got topics. I got everything. But Bill is like, I'm like a freight train going down the highway, and Bill is like this evil ramp that has all kinds of crutches, and I got to jump it and stay on the tracks.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
like
Alex, that's right.
Knievel.
Alex.
I'm going to end up with broken bones and everything else. So there we go.
So, Alex, in every other show, I have to be responsible. Well, this isn't my show, and so I don't have to be responsible. So I'm not. I can be as chaotic as I want to. So just know that this is kind of a different vibe. But anyway, I have a story to tell. Let me tell you about Mr. James Cross.
He's an open book, Bill.
He is,
and he's claimed to be follically challenged. I don't know, but we'll go.
All right.
We'll talk about
so
it.
Mr. Cross loves coffee. Okay. And I found this out in Madagascar, just how much he loves coffee. He would be the first one down every morning. He would run into the manager. They would literally open the kitchen for him. I came down one day before everybody else, before anything was open. He's literally, the manager is sitting there serving him personally. And they're having a great old time, yucking it up, talking about stuff. He discovered espresso in Madagascar. And I said, wait a minute. How is this the first time you've ever had espresso? Well, here, let me tell you what I found out. The guy absolutely loves coffee, but he's only had Chevron coffee. He stops by the gas station on the way to work every morning and gets himself a Chevron coffee. And so I say, okay, that's good. Okay, you know what? That's the foundation of America. Okay, the simple man going into the gas station getting the coffee. But when he comes anywhere near me, which may happen, I'm going to whisk him away. I'm going to take him on a coffee crawl, which means I'm going to take him to a downtown area that has numerous coffee shops, and I've been to them all, and I've tried them all, and I know what drinks to get at all of them. And he's going to accompany me, and we are going to, I am going to expose him to the wide variety of coffee drinks that that are out there that he might enjoy. So that's probably going to happen.
And
next
once
week.
you've done that, Bill,
Yes.
you've been able to do that, we need to meet in person for the first time, since people don't know us, may not know we've never really met in person. And we need to meet in the St. Petersburg, Tampa area and go to one of the Cuban places and have Cuban coffee. That puts espresso. That's a lot more.
Yeah.
That is where you take a little tiny thimbleworth, and if you drink a whole glass of Cuban coffee.
Here's the thing.
Have you already done that?
I want to take him to a Yemen place that has a Turkish coffee that is exquisite. The thing is, that's 4 places. That would be 4 places that I have in mind for him. Having 4 pretty potent coffee drinks in one afternoon, we may be tempting fate here. So I don't know, James. This may be this is more risky than going to Madagascar. Okay, what you're about to embark with me pushes the limits, and we're going to do it. We're gonna do it. That's right. So yeah, we got to add another place to that list that I proposed, and of course I'm going to take pictures, and so we can share on this show.
Wow, Bill, I need to get involved with this. I don't really like coffee, but caffeine doesn't affect me at all. I don't know. And back
Well,
in
you know
college,
what? You just come on down, and you can
back
join our coffee crawl.
back in college, I used to drink a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew and just go right off to sleep.
Yeah, but don't worry. I'm Renee. I am going to document this adventure and every drink because James has had nothing other than Chevron coffee and one espresso. So we're going to be doing. I'm going to expanding his horizons. And James, only one of those drinks is going to be actually going to be hot. So you're going to be exploring the dark side of coffee.
Bill's always taking us to the dark side.
He
took me to the dark side on chameleon owning and breeding. He took me to the dark side on importing things. Took me to the dark side on creating my own cages. Took me to the dark side. Where else did that happen? All kinds of places.
I've lost count. I just do it. I just do what I do.
This show,
this show, yes.
Becoming a podcaster, although the death of my computer had kind of stopped that temporarily, but I don't know. It's one of those things.
Oh, hey. Before it's taken a little while, but he's going to have a 3D printer.
Wow, 3D printer for James Cross. He's got all kinds of tools, but a 3D printer is a different direction, Bill. Woodworking tools, construction tools, that's one thing. But a 3D printer is the other side of the planet. That's like technology and wow.
Yeah. Well, he got a microscope. He hasn't used it yet. So
I was just looking at my microscope this morning as I was feeding the critters, and I'm like, I gotta keep using that. I got such a nice microscope. I got an old-fashioned microscope from like 1960s that came with the house, and I've got a brand new one that I use. But yeah, that's wait, still in the foam container. There you go.
He's got
foam
it.
Container.
So, I get half points. March the Lizard 3D printer, talking about bigger one. Yeah, 3D printers are, once you start using it and you start thinking, I could use a X, and then a couple hours later you have a X.
What is it that you are into, Bill, that isn't addicting? Reptiles, chameleons as part of reptiles, live shows. I mean, you've got a whole bunch of people following you on all
microscope stuff,
week podcasts.
Used to be carnivorous plants.
Coffee, I want to go to Madagascar. Crawls. I mean, going to Madagascar. I mean, all that stuff sounds like, wow, watch out. You're liable to need some kind of anonymous.
I love living life.
The new night court last night. Person said they were part of AA, and then they ended up in chasing people, and so they were like part of Sneakers Anonymous and Running Anonymous, and it just was a whole pile of stuff. That was funny though, but anyways, the new night court's kind of funny. But anyways, all right, everything is addictive, even oxygen.
Yeah, well, he needs a caramel macchiato latte.
Caramel macchiato.
Yeah, honestly, this we need to do a coffee crawl over 2 days to really get it done.
Yeah, my middle kid's on the pistachio latte stuff at Dunkin' Donuts. But
yeah, I'm gonna stay away from the latte type stuff because that just opens up a whole new world. We need a second coffee crawl. I'm going to do official coffee crawls. That's wasting
calories when you could be adding caffeine.
Well, yep. Coffee and chameleon crawl. What can go wrong? Nothing can go wrong. It can only go right.
To the dark side.
Oh, we need to do. Oh my goodness! You know what? We need to do that. I need to take footage and put it. Oh, maybe we can put it. We're gonna have a special.
Renee is volunteering to drive.
That Yvette is my designated driver. So because Yvette's a pro. The caffeine won't affect her. I am more likely to be affected by the caffeine than she is. So she's coming as the designated driver.
All right.
Although we're not going to be doing a lot of driving, we're going to do a lot of walking on this.
Any updates on the 10th anniversary, right? I was going to say 20.
Oh, okay. I need to get on that.
I'm just saying that there should be a coffee crawl with that, or a caffeine crawl, or something.
If we have it in Fullerton, we can do that. Because downtown Fullerton is a great place. There's so many places coffee places you can walk to, and they're different feels to them. We get different stuff.
Have it in a diner down in Tampa, Bill. There's such good food. You get this big bread, Cuban bread.
But I don't know that place. We need a native who knows the good stuff. I know the good stuff to get at each one of these coffee shops. So I can take you and say, okay, this is the place you should get this drink. I know what my people are thinking tonight.
So there we go. You haven't driven the train that far.
Hi, everybody.
Anybody, come on around. All right, kind of.
So Renee, where do you live? How do we get this thing set up? There's our designated coffee crawl.
That's our designated driver for the coffee crawl.
Oh, yeah.
Because
wait a minute, we need to show that she's here because she's on camera, but we're going to show that she's here because we have to do Yvette with the puppies. Because
that's right. I've got two puppies off camera right here.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
My puppies are really weird today. They wouldn't go for walks. They kept barking about walks and they wouldn't go. So I don't know what's going on.
Kinda. Bye, guys. We'll see. I just had a big order. So.
Thanks for dropping by. Our guest star for the day. She's usually a guest star every week, but there you go.
Would love to go coffee crawling with Bill. Yeah, we need to do a coffee crawl.
Yes.
Oh, that's the last thing I need in life is to become a professional coffee crawler.
Bill, to be a professional, you have to be paid for it. Are you going to have a plan on how to get paid to be a coffee crawler?
Well, no. I won't be paid for it,
but
I will pay for it.
You get a big commercial and go for it.
Hey, I am paid in love.
Savannah, that's kind of my side of the country, Bill.
Oh, I couldn't lead a coffee crawl in Savannah, although I'd love to go on one.
So what you need to do, Bill, is grab James, head on east, pick up all the rest of the loyal people on your way. Get here, at least get to, Illinois, Indiana. I can meet you there. We can start heading east further. We'll go pick up anybody on the East Coast. Wow, that alarm's going off an awful loud.
Renee, Sean is in Ohio.
Yes. So then, wow, I'm going to turn this off so it doesn't alarm again for us. Oh, man, this phone. All right. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to alarm again. And no cops in the airport. We're not going by airport. We're going by car. You're driving here. You're coming. It's a lot of hours, but you got to get Eliza Ann and Mikey Ben and everybody else along the way.
Yeah, we got to go
you have to
British
go
Columbia.
to Canada for some of these things. Maybe they can come across. Maybe they have a passport or whatever it's necessary at this point. I'm in Ohio, Cleveland area, northeast Ohio. But I've gone down to Florida many, many times. So I've driven that, and I've driven the trip all the way out to California, and I've driven the trip out to Las Vegas a couple times every year. This is the first year I'm not going to drive to a conference because I can't depend on my vehicles right now, Bill. It's craziness.
So I hear.
I know. I said it earlier like 50 times. I got it on the mind, Bill. I can't get it off. I'm trying to get it out, but it's not working. It's not cold in Ohio right now. It's like 72 degrees. It was 79 today.
Oh, that's hotter than it is here.
It's nice. It's
What the
beautiful
heck?
out there. There's a really
I want my
pretty
money
sunset
back.
right now. Actually, my wife is out looking at it with the dogs, walking right by the windows. I'm in the
Oh, Alex is saying coffee crawl in New York City sounds dreadful.
living room.
Why is that? I want to know details about this. I would think that New York would be a great place for that, but why would it be dreadful? Sounds like you know something that my fantasy doesn't know.
What? Hey, lady, come here. Come here, puppy.
We like Vegas. Okay, Vegas is good.
Come here.
We could all meet like at Caesars for the Chameleon Academy 10th anniversary.
That would be good. I know people who've done their conferences there, Bill. I could talk to some people. This is my puppy. This one is being crazy today.
Saying, what the heck am I
She's
doing?
been really crazy today. She's gone on all the walks though. The male wouldn't go. Would demand a walk. I was virtually working most of the day today, and he would sit on my lap, demand a walk, and then when I got to the door, he would say, "Oh no, I don't want to go with you." So.
Anyway. Marchand and Renee got married in Vegas.
There you go.
All right, we'll go to Vegas. We'll renew vows, do a coffee crawl, and have the 10th anniversary.
Vegas is very overpriced. I only go when I'm going to a convention, and I don't really do much. I've been there, but last 3 years in a row for conventions, and I got convention pricing for all the hotels and all that other stuff, and upgrades because I was part of the company that was doing the hotels. But
all right, Alex is saying the amount of people and overpriced. Good, but overpriced. Talking about coffee in New York. All right.
Oh, New York.
I
okay.
can see
well,
that.
Vegas is overpriced as well there. Oh, you're looking at the window and seeing the puppy in the window, but that's you. She's having an off day too. All right, you want him down? Okay. Go get the puppy in the window or the cat, or I don't know, maybe there's they come to chase cats, but
I'm thinking as far as the 10th anniversary celebration, if we're not going to try to go out and go herping, then we don't have to have it in the summer. We can have it later in the year, closer to the actual official.
What's the official date, Bill?
December 2nd, I think, is the official.
Oh, December. It'd be cold out here.
I mean, a little bit too cold.
December, it can be like 20 below, 12 inches of snow, or it could be 85 degrees and you could be at the zoo. Cleveland's crazy.
All right. Well, we're going to have to open. Although Eliza Ann was thinking about all sorts of things we could do in wherever Clint's is, Utah. Even if we weren't able to do an official thing at his place.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Bill, we're starting to grow long here and I'm getting tired. So I'm going to, let's see how many new comments. We got anything?
What was the topic for today?
I didn't have one because I didn't think we'd get to it.
Well,
I win.
I think I win because we never got to this
I stayed on
topic.
no topic. That was my topic. I stayed on whatever we wanted to say. The topic was it was Bill de jour.
You're not allowed to do that
the whole time, and I didn't tell you that because I didn't want to tell everyone that.
All right, ref.
Oh man!
All right. Well, we need to send you to bed. We can send you to bed. Everybody, Saturday, we're gonna be seeing what James has been up to. And then I'm going to give you an update on what's going on in our project in Madagascar that we all funded. It's moving forward.
Thanks everyone for being here. We enjoy chatting with you. And next week I'll try to have a topic to get to Bill to derail me from.
Yes.
Have a good night.